How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I want to break down a lot of the brand new gameplay features in MLB The Show 20. Sony San Diego Studios revealed some things over on their Twitch live stream earlier this afternoon. They had a couple of live streams. They talked about some defensive adjustments, and then they talked about some hitting adjustments. So I'm going to be breaking some of those things down, kind of summarizing everything in this one video. And the first thing I want to talk about is this defensive overview of all the attributes for each defensive player. I think that this is amazing. You can view this in game by clicking in the right stick, the R3 button, and you will be able to get a scouting report on each player at each position in terms of their arm strength and accuracy, whether they can block or field well. In terms of the catcher, I'm looking at the catcher's attributes right now. I'd be trying to steal on this guy. I'd be running on everybody except for the center fielder, things like that. It gives you kind of an insight into the opponent's strategy, maybe if they have a defensive build or a team that has a lot of great diamond fielders out there in Diamond Dynasty. But I kind of just want to break down a lot of these new features. This is an extreme catch situation. I will go ahead and link all of the streams that took place today with a couple of clips as well, just so that way you guys can kind of check out some footage of their stream. I wanted to go ahead and stick with some of these pictures. I think that these pictures explain everything pretty well. And this is the extreme catch situation with that red ring depicted around the ball icon. The right fielder actually dives and makes this play. They showed a variety of these where if you don't have the best angle, if you don't have a perfect angle to the ball, then your fielder might stop a few steps behind it, block the baseball, or if you dive, it could hit off of him, deflect off of him or his glove. So that's kind of some realistic features that they added right away. The next thing I'm going to talk about is this arm accuracy meter. Let me go ahead and hide my face cam. I think that this is awesome that they included in the game because it is a skill gap in terms of whether or not you can successfully get a green meter when you're throwing. In years past, it was very easy. They kind of have a different timing window for each player depending on the attributes. We see Nolan Arenado, we see Cody Bellinger, and then Nolan Arenado again, I believe, as well as Justin Turner on top with Charlie Blackmon and Justin Turner once again. So we see the variation in the button accuracy meter, and I think that this is really nice, and it increases the skill gap a little bit in terms of competitive gameplay. I think that this is a huge defensive feature. And I just wanted to focus a little bit on this, as well as some defensive plays where there's a play at the plate, and I wanted to focus on catchers as well. They showed some blocking animations, and they showed how it's going to affect timing when the catcher goes down to go ahead and block the baseball. So I think that some of these features are game changing. I mean, these things are really awesome to see in the game. They've really listened to the community when they're making these changes to the game. And this is the situation where I was talking about. I tried to really zoom in, so it might be a little bit blurry, but you can see the perfect throwing meter from the shortstop. I believe in this situation it is a cutoff man, so you will be able to get a perfect throw to the plate if you get it in the middle of the green portion of this throwing meter. So that is really nice to have because you can still have a green throw. It won't necessarily be a perfect throw, but you have a chance to throw them out depending on the speed of the base runner, of course. And then if you do get the perfect meter, then it will be a better chance. You'll have more likelihood that you're going to be able to throw that runner out at the plate. So I think that some of these features really, are amazing. I think that I've talked a little bit about some of these during my live streams. I know other people have as well during videos, and it really shows that the developers are really listening to people in the community, listening to content creators and things like that. So I really think that that's awesome. I want to give them the props because I can tell that they're really working hard on this game. I was listening to a good portion of the live stream, trying to check out as much of it as I can. But I've also been really busy with my new job, as well as I had a doctor's appointment for my shoulder. So I am doing a lot of things as well. But here is a great situation where he does get the perfect throwing meter. You can see the play at the plate on the live stream. And in this situation, they showed the same play with these two different throwing meters, and one was safe, one was out. So I think that that's awesome with the same speed on the base runner. Some of these things are really nice to see implemented into the game. Here's a situation where they've added some animations on defense. They showed Gleyber Torres making this play where he's running across second base and kind of running towards second where the second baseman would be playing and throwing the ball on the run. So I think that this is really nice as well. Some brand new animations. They also showed a first baseman animation where he's kind of making the play where he turns his body towards second, a right-handed thrower, and it's really nice to see those variations on some of those animations. Anyway, probably the number one thing that a lot of people were looking forward to was the reveal. It kind of looked like they showed Tom Glavine on Twitter and during the first live stream. In fact, they revealed all three of the Braves star pitchers. It's Greg Maddux, John Smoltz, and Tom Glavine. So you can't really beat this for a Braves team build. I know a lot of people are really excited about these guys being implemented into the game. Three amazing pitchers. We might also have a John Smoltz relief pitcher in the game as well. I think that would be cool to see. I think that they're going to have a lot of these amazing players from the 90s and the 2000s, like they mentioned a few weeks ago or however long ago that was. But I am really excited to see some of these 2000s legends. I mean, if we could get Randy Johnson in here, Pedro Martinez, guys like that. We already had David Ortiz revealed. We had Mariano Rivera revealed. I think that a lot of these are pitchers so far, and that's really amazing. As a pitcher or a person as myself who used to play baseball and used to pitch, I can really appreciate some amazing legends to go ahead and use in Diamond Dynasty. I think that this is incredible. But anyway, I wanted to kind of focus on some offensive stats as well as some graphs that they showed, kind of explain some of these graphs a little bit. Here are some different swing timings, swing contacts, some batting averages that you can get with those swings, slugging percentage, and on base plus slugging. So a lot of these things are exactly what I was looking to see. I am a fan of this data method and showing just the math involved with how the game generates hits and the way that they showed the hitting engine with the widgets and everything. Just really some really good stuff. Some stuff that I look forward to seeing, stuff that really gets me excited to play the game are these simple screenshots with some of this math that's involved. This graph can be a little bit overwhelming, but it does explain a lot. It shows the average batter attribute for power and contact as well as overall. So that gives you an idea of, the caliber of players that we're dealing with when we're taking a look at this graph. It shows the percent number of records where it shows the hit result, it shows the home run, it shows the chance for a line out, a medium fly ball, and a hard ground ball. Obviously, you're not going to hit a home run on a grounder, but it shows that. This graph is very self-explanatory. It has the key right there in the top right. It also has a lot of great percentages that are a little bit smaller on my screen right now, but it does have the perfect swing result as well as the perfect doubles and home runs. It's just everything is right here on this graph depicted right for everybody, and I think that this is amazing that they showed this. There's another one that talks a little bit about exit velocity and the range from 85 to 100, things like that. We see a lot more, higher exit velocities, or I guess consistently, as the slope kind of drops off there at the 100, at the 105 area. But it does get up to 115, so that is also really nice to see. I've only seen a handful of hits with that high of exit velocity in MLB The Show 19, but to see graphs like this is very promising. It shows that they're testing the game quite a bit, taking all of the data that goes into it with the widgets and everything. It's just really refreshing to see that the developers are working this hard. They're willing to show this type of data to the community and get the feedback that they were looking for with the testing beta. I think that that's amazing. Another big feature that I want to keep my face cam hidden so you can see everything on this screen. This is a PCI customization, and I think that this is probably the one thing that I talked about, but I didn't think that it would be implemented into the game this quickly. I figured a lot would go into kind of creating your own PCI, as well as transparency, fade out, color, what the PCI actually looks like, and then it kind of fades out, and I'll get into a couple screenshots of that in a little bit here, where it shows the PCI, the outer rings, the 3 rings that we can see right here will actually go away as the pitch is coming in, and you'll have the other PCI, whatever's left, that parentheses with the 2 dots. You can customize all of those things and change the color of it, change how visible it is or invisible. That's the transparency factor. And I think that this is amazing. This is stuff that people want to see. We take a look at the feedback at the bottom left there. Good squared up, a 101 feedback. It's not a perfect hit, but it still is hit really hard. So it's nice to see these types of things, and I just really am excited to play the game now after taking a look at that stuff. But that's kind of what I wanted to summarize and talk a little bit about some of the defensive features as well as the offensive features. There will be a couple more live streams coming within the next couple of weeks. There's 2 this month, or actually 3 this month. I'm sorry, this screen is also a little bit blurry for me. Hopefully it's not for you guys. I wanted to kind of show you guys this schedule because it does reveal a lot of the things, as well as the tournament that I'm looking forward to, because you can get some good gameplay from the developers actually playing the game before the game's released. Anyway, I'm College Lefty. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up on it. Subscribe if you're new. I'm going to be uploading a lot of MLB The Show 20 content, and I'm going to be trying to make a lot of these types of videos where I explain everything that I find out about the game, as well as everything that the developers reveal and kind of talk about during their streams. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day. Peace out.